and they left out of Egypt, they were like, well, I'm riding with them. I'm going too. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to stay here. Because if you look in the book of Joshua, the whole military army fell and was killed by the Most High work when they went into the sea. And Pharaoh was placed in another land as king. Okay? But let's go into this now. Let's go back into Exodus 12 and 37. Let's read that again.
Exodus 12 and 37.
Read.
And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men, beside children.
Read.
And a mixed multitude went up also with them.
This is the mixed multitude that was leaving with them because they were being oppressed as well by the Pharaoh, by the Egyptians. Read.
And flocks and herds, even very much cattle.
Skip over to verse 40. Read.
Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years.
Read.
And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Most High went out from the land of Egypt.
Read.
It is a night to be much observed unto the Most High for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Most High to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations.
Read.
And the Most High said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
So no stranger. So the mixed multitude that came out with them was not to eat of thereof. They were not to partake in this unless what happens first. Read.
But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him.
But when he does what?
Circumcised him. Then shall he eat thereof.
So all the strangers had to be circumcised. Other than that, they was like, we're not eating with you, and you're not eating with us. You came out here with us, but unless you can't continue with us unless you're circumcised. So of course they're going to say yeah, because they seen the Israelite guys do all this miraculous things in Egypt. So they were like, yo, we riding with y'all all the way, period. Okay? We seen what y'all done. We heard about y'all forefathers. Read.
Verse 45.
Go to 47.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
All the congregation. Now he's talking about Israel. And we're gonna learn through this lesson, Israel, as of today, is supposed to learn the heritage and teach them to the Gentiles. That doesn't mean that you marry them or you have sex. You're supposed to teach them. Because through history, what was a culture at the time, you conquer a land and then you make that land a submission under your laws, okay, and under your judgments. And the same thing is for Israel. That's what we were here for. And because when we failed, the world went in shambles. The world went crazy. Okay? Keep going, read.
Verse 48. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee.
So when a stranger's with you, read.
And will keep the Passover to the Most High.
He's going to keep the Passover with you. Why? Because Israel is going to teach them their way of life. Okay? They're going to teach them the way of life. But are they supposed to marry him? No. Remember what we read in the book of Jubilees. You're not supposed to defile themselves. They are the holy seed. Read.
Let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land.
You see that? He's going to be one born in the land. We're going to treat him just like a brother. But we're still not going to marry him. We're still not supposed to marry him, but he's going to be our brother. Read.
For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
Because he's not uncircumcised. That's of the heart, that's a physical and that's a spiritual thing. Okay? Because he's not going to follow the laws, he can't sit with us. And most definitely, if he's not circumcised, he can't sit with us. But we're still not going to marry. Now this brother's teaching this, which is outlandish, that all these people, the strangers, was Israel. Well, in that case, why are they still separating the stranger from Israel? Because they lack understanding. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 29. Start off at verse 1. And of course, you know, my teaching's a little bit is not as short as others because I like to go into a research with the people so they can get a clear understanding. So of course we're gonna do a lot of reading, okay? Deuteronomy 29 and 1. Read.
These are the words of the covenant, which the Most High commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
With who?
With the children of Israel.
With the strangers.
With the children of Israel.
Read.
In the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he had made with the Herah.
Okay, we should stop at 2.
And Moses called unto all Israel, and he said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Most High did before your eyes in the land of Egypt.
You see that? So he's talking to the children of Israel. He said what?
You have seen all that the Most High did before your eyes in the land of Egypt.
No. Go ahead.
Unto Pharaoh.
Now, hold up. They seen all the strangers was with them. They seen all these things, like I said before. They seen everything. They was there watching, like, wow, look at this. Look at Moses. He brought plagues upon Egypt, and all the firstborns died. They watching all this. So when it was time to go, when Moses went to the Pharaoh, like, yo, let my people go. And Pharaoh was like, here, take this, go out. Do you think that they stayed there? Of course not. They was like, we back with him. We out of here. Finish that up, read.
Deuteronomy 29 and 2. And ye have seen all that the Most High did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land. The great temptations which thine eyes have seen.
Agreed, go ahead.
The signs, and those great miracles.
All right, stop right there. So you see that? The great miracles. Let's keep going. Skip down to verse 9.
Deuteronomy 29 and 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, and ye may prosper in all that you do.
Now who is he talking to? Is he talking to Israel, or is he talking to the strangers in Israel? He's talking to Israel. Because the covenant is for Israel. Moses came for Israel, not the strangers in Israel. He came for Israel. Read.
Ye stand this day, all of you before the Most High, your power, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel.
All the men of who?
Of Israel.
Read.
Your little ones, your wives, and thy strangers.
And your strangers. So he's talking to Israel like, listen, you keep all this, your wives, everyone else, and the strangers that are with you. Read.
That is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water.
Read. 13. Go ahead.
Verse 13?
No, go to 12.
Okay. Verse 12. That thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Most High thy power, and into his oath, which the Lord of thy power maketh with thee this day.
Make it with who?
With thee.
Who is thee?
With Israel.
Israel is thee. Read.
That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself.
Read.
And that he may be unto thee a power and a God, as he has said unto thee, and as he has sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Now, are the strangers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at this time? No. Not at all. Why? Because Israel had to get themselves together. They have to go and conquer land and establish their treaties and establish a government amongst the Gentiles and show them how to be or how to serve the true God. It hasn't happened yet. As of today, that's what we're supposed to do. All right, let's keep going. Let's skip to 16. Read.
For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by.
Read.
And ye have seen their abominations.
You have seen what?
Their abominations.
Their abominations, because they don't serve the true God. Read.
And their idols.
And their what?
Idols.
Read.
Wood and stone.
Read.
Silver and gold.
Read.
Which were among them. Lest there should be among you man or woman, or family, or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from the Most High your power.
So didn't he say stranger? There was stranger in there? So there's still a separation of Israel and the stranger. Read.
Lest there should be among you man, or woman, or family, or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord your God, to go and serve other gods of these nations.
Read.
Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood.
See that? That means there's going to be destruction if they do that. Read.
And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst.
Read.
The Most High will not spare him, but then the anger of the Most High and his jealousy shall smote against that man.
So if a man defile himself with a Gentile and don't keep the ordinance, he will be smote by the Most High. Let's find out that, now we're talking about Moses now at this time. We just read in Abraham with Dinah. So we have a big long separation there, a span of time, hundreds of years. They're still keeping these laws and ordinance. Okay? But we're going to read what's going to find out when they don't keep this on, what happens when they didn't. Let's keep going, read.
Verse 20. The Most High will not spare him, but then the anger of the Most High and his jealousy shall smote against that man.
Read.
And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him.
The same curses we read in the book of Jubilees. Read.
And the Most High shall blot out his name from under heaven.
You see that? Your name can be taken and will be taken from out of heaven. Now remember what we read. This law was forever. We read in the book of Jubilees. It has no time in it. This is how serious this is. Read.
And the Most High shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel.
So he will be separated out of his own tribe. Read.
According to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law.
Now we still have a brother talking about that the strangers were part of Israel. They was the whole congregation of Israel. As we just looked here, no, that's not true. That's not true. All right? Let's go to the book of Joshua. Now, if one Hebrew, we're going to the book of Joshua, and we're going to start at Joshua 8 and 30. Now, I want you guys to follow along in this, okay? This is something that has to be looked at very carefully. And get understanding of what's going on as of today in regards of marrying outside of dealing with Gentiles. All right, we start with Joshua 8 and start off with verse 30. I think that's where the brother went. Now, before you start off, according to what we read, if one Hebrew broke the covenant of defiling himself, that means there will be a tumbleweed. That means all Israelites will pay for this sin. Okay? If one brother, according to the law of Moses, which was really the law that was passed down to Abraham, as we read, because you had Levi and Simeon went to the Shechemites and destroyed them for Dinah because they defiled her. Okay? Start off with verse 30. Read.
Then Joshua built an altar unto the Most High, power of Israel, in Mount Ebal. And Moses, the servant of the Most High, commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses.
As it is written in the book of law of Moses. Read.
An altar of whole stones, over which no man have lifted up any iron.
Read.
And they offered thereon, burnt offerings unto the Most High, and sacrificed peace offerings.
Read.
And he wrote thereupon the stones a copy of the law of Moses, which he wrote in the presence of the children of Israel.
Okay, so this is to be done in the presence of the children of Israel. Okay? All right, keep going, read.